Hello, everyone. Hello. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are having a great day so far, y'all. So let's get into it. Just got done watching the episode of Animal Kingdom. So I'm recording this on Sunday. So, future reference. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday, because I'm going to edit it and publish it on Monday. So, how y'all doing? Um, so just got done watching an episode of Animal Kingdom that premiered just now. So let's get into it. Okay, this is fresh baked in my brain, so I remember what happened. Okay, so this is Animal Kingdom season 5, episode 9. Let it ride, let it ride. But it's just let it ride. But so let's do the flashbacks first. So we get a flashback. We see Janine and Jake. They are in front of a strip club, okay? They are waiting for Manny. Jake spent the night at Manny's house, after the fight. He got in with Cheryl, okay? He been staying at Manny's house. And they're about to do a job. So they need to hurry up, and Manny needs to hurry up and come on. Janine is like, okay, let's just forget about Manny. Let's just go and do the job. Okay, let's just go. It's easy job. Jake was like, yeah, it's an easy job for 3 people. Okay, I need you to drive, and I need Manny to help me, lift up the safe and drag it out. So it's a 3-person job. So they were in front of the strip club. Manny hasn't been home all night. So you're telling me that Manny has been at that strip club seeing the same old boobs, same old butt, same old kitty cat. He been seeing that all night. And he's still in there? There ain't no way he's still in there. Ain't no way. So as they're about to go in the strip club, Janine, she sees this lady. She looks familiar. She goes to the strip club, and it's this girl named Linda, and they're talking about this job that happened, and Linda is kind of pissed off because, look here, we're supposed to be doing this job right now, y'all need to hurry up and do it. But Janine was like, we need more time, okay, we need more time, and you'll get your cut, okay. Then Linda asked about the kids, how's school going. School's going good. You guys, Linda says, yeah, Baz, B-A-S, Baz as in Janine's adopted son, okay? Linda says Baz has been in trouble in school and he's been getting kicked out of school, okay? We finally met Baz's mom. We finally met his mom. We seen his dad in season 1 of Animal Kingdom. If you guys have been watching Animal Kingdom since season 1 like me, we've already met Baz's dad. We know the story. Well, we don't really know the story of how Janine adopted Baz. We don't know how that happened. We just knew throughout the series that she so-called adopted Baz from his family. So we know his mom was a stripper, and his dad, I don't think we know what his dad was. But, yeah. And I feel like in this season, we may see flashbacks of young Baz and how he got put into the Cody family and when this incest relationship happened with Julia. Because y'all can't, there's incest. Incest happened within that family. Within that triangle of Pope, Julia, and Baz, incest happened. You can't tell me no different. Incest happened between those 3. And so I think with this season now, we are most likely, probably in further episodes, we might get flashbacks of Baz coming into the family. So we meet Baz's mom. So they go back to, they go to Pete's house. And they go inside. Pete is on the ground. He is covered in blood, okay? He's unconscious, responding. Well, he's semi-conscious, responding. they're saying who did this. They're asking, who did this, Pete? Who did this to you? He's saying Pete. Pete. Pete Trujillo. I'm not about to butcher his name. But Pete. Okay? And I'm like, Pete? Are we talking about Pete Pete? Pete that works at the auto shop? Pete? Pete that's the mechanic? Pete that they cool with? Pete? I'm like, Pete a little bit, young to be knowing Janine for that long now. Ain't no way. He's like, so Janine is putting two and two together. Pete came to his house, beat up Manny because he's been using her phone. He has been using Janine's phone while he is supposed to be watching the kids, using his phone, gambling money from Pete. Okay? So she's pissed about it, okay? And she goes to the auto shop. She goes to her house. She gets the gun, goes to Pete. Jake is saying, look here, Pete is no joke, okay? You got to take this dude serious. He is no joke whatsoever. So they go to the auto shop, and we see Pete. Pete Sr. Okay? We also see Pete Jr. We finally met Pete Jr.'s daddy. Pete Jr. now runs the auto shop that is happening in present day and everything like that. We meet Pete Jr. and we meet Pete Sr. And so Janine gives Pete Sr. the $10,000 that he was supposedly owed to Pete Sr. Okay? And so Janine said, look here, nothing's going to happen anymore. Everything's all good. We're done. Okay? She then also asked him a question. He also respects her for what's going on, her, like, stepping up and everything like that. He seems to somewhat kind of respects her. Not all the way likes her, but he respects her for right now. And so she asked him, what else do you sell here instead of cars? Pete was like, well, what are you asking for? She was like, she just wanted to know. So you kind of see that friendship forming, okay, in the works. So then she goes to Manny's house with Jake. They brought groceries and food, and Jake tells him that Jake tells Manny that Janine paid him off to $10K, and he tells her thank you, and she says, well, you know what, we had to look out for each other. That was the end of the flashback. But here's my thing. I want to know, when does Javi get put into this? Because if y'all remember in season 2, I believe, season 2 of Animal Kingdom, Javi was a part of Manny's crew, okay, as he got older. So I want to see, who is Javi? How is Javi related to Manny? Because Javi said Manny isn't his dad. So I want to see how Javi is brought into this, but we'll probably see later on in the episodes, later on in the season. So that's what happened in the flashback. So let's go to present day. So we see Craig waking up, and Ren is taking a shower. So he was like, let me take a shower with you, Ren. I said, you know what, go for it, Craig. Craig, you got some nice cheeks. So does Pope, y'all. Look here. Pope has some nice cheeks. Craig got some nice cheeks too, okay? Just nice cheeks. So they take a shower, okay? They doing shower sex. Totally fine. So we see Jay. Jay is looking over, papers and mail and everything like that. Pope is now back into the house. He's taking stuff out of Smurf's old room, and he's just throwing it out, okay? Jay sees a check for $530,000. Well, $530,000, yes. He sold the condo that he had. So he tells Darren about it, and what's going to happen is that they are going to divide it. He's going to take the money, he's going to divide it, he's going to give some to them, clean it out, get $10,000, each of them get $10,000, and the rest of the money is going to go into the bowling alley. But they have to make sure nothing sketchy with, tax invasion, or nothing doesn't seem funny, funny money and everything like that. So they're going to be very careful with it. And that's why Janine put them on allowances, just because, to be careful of like tax invasion, or, banks and bank statements and things like that. So they're getting ready to go to this skating thing that they do every year. And so Ren, they're getting out the shower. Craig and Ren, they get out the shower. And he was like, hey, I want to take Nick to this, skate thing on the hill. Used to do that growing up. And she was like, well, we had to take him to the doctors to get, his vaccines. And so they can't reschedule it. So she can't make it with Nick. So they go to the hill, skate on the hill. And it seemed like a good time. Everybody drink a beer, skaters drink a beer, and skate down the hill. So as they're doing that, Son of a Beach, the competitive bar, they're there as well, and they're handing out t-shirts and everything like that. So when the skate's over, the guy, the owner of the competitor bar, he's, handing out t-shirts to the Cody family. And, they're over his, so-called polite ways, his LA vibes and everything like that. They're over Odu, burning his shirt in front of him and everything like that. So the police come. The police come. And so one of the police cars turns on their signals and pulls over Jay and Pope. They're in the same truck. Officer Chadwick, that's Odu's name, that was in the first episode of this season. And then he was there a couple of episodes ago when he picked up Pope, because when Pope blacked out, he took him to the hospital. So his officer's name is Officer Chadwick. Okay, so he pulls him over and he tells Jay that I have the police files of your family. They're at 5201 South Nevada. Okay, police files are there. And so Pope was like, who was that? He was like, you don't remember him? That's the dude that picked you up from the hospital. Of course, Pope blacked out, so Pope doesn't remember. So then we see Jay and nope, that's not what happened. So we see Darren. Darren is at the bar, and he's, cleaning up the bar, cleaning the cups and everything like that. And so nobody's there because everybody's at Son of a Beach. And Craig is like, what's going on? He was like, well, Son of a Beach, they do every day is happy hour. Every day is happy hour, special price drinks, and, they're having carnitas with Carlos. And I'm like, bro, you can do the same thing too, Darren. You can do special days and everything like that. That's what every bar really does. Monday is happy hour Monday, Tuesday, Taco Tuesdays, Wednesday, karaoke Wednesday. Every bar does like a special every, single day. So I don't understand why you can't do that, Darren. Like, you don't want to be like every other bar, but that's what bars do. They come up with these, theme nights to bring in customers, to draw in money. That's what you do, Darren. And so Craig was like, we'll fix it, we'll deal with it, and we'll take care of it. So then we see Craig go home, and he's wondering where Ren is at. And so, no, I'm jumping. Craig goes to meet up with Carlos, and he tells him, hey, don't go working at Son of a Beach. You tell your people who's going to be there, go to Darren's bar, and, we'll double what they're paying you. And Carlos asked, is Ren going to be there? He was like, no, Ren's not going to be there. And Carlos was like, well, I was just asking for a re-up because she was doing stuff, a couple of days ago. So Craig is pissed because Craig thought Ren wasn't selling drugs anymore. So he goes home. And he is looking through everything. He's going through medicine cabinets. He's going through beds. He's going through Nick's crib. He's going through everything, trying to find out where is the money that Ren is hiding. So then he goes into the bathroom. He's going to the bathroom. He's looking through medicine cabinets, and then he sees tampon box, and all the like, personal stuff and everything like that. He then looks at it again. He shakes it, and he sees there's wads of cash. So Ren is dealing behind his back. Then we cut to Pope. Pope is redecorating Smurf's room. He's redecorating everything. He took out her furniture earlier out in the episode, and he bought whole new furniture. He bought big old bed. He bought some lamps. He bought a dresser. He bought everything, okay? Big boy room, okay? Big boy room. He said Smurf bought this stuff, and I hate it. So, clearing out everything Smurf, okay? And so, he keeps the picture that he had of young Smurf and Julia and him when they were kids, and he puts it in his drawer. So then we see Darren and Jay. They go to the address that Chadwick gave Jay, okay? And so they go into the house, and it looks condemned. And I said, I know as a police officer, you do not live here. I know you do not live here, Officer Chadwick. No. It is a house that officers use, for training and things like that. Jay told us that there was one right next to his mom's old apartment. So it's just covered with bullets and everything like that. So they're trying to find it. They find it. There is 8 boxes worth of police files on the Cody family. I said, dang. Not 1, not 2, but 8. 8 boxes that are filled with police reports, police files on each and every one of you. That's sad. That is sad. And so they go looking through it, and Darren, he sees the police file, and he's reading it, and it's Baz's murder report. And we all know in season 3, Mia, who was working with Pete, she killed, she was hired by Lucy to kill Baz. And so Jay found out about it, and he killed her. Y'all have to watch that review. I was so happy when he killed her, because it needed to happen. It needed to happen. But there he's reading Baz's murder report. So they all go to the house, and Baz is there. Baz is reading it, and Craig, he's pacing around. He's freaking out because of what's going on with Ren. They don't know, so yeah, he's keeping it to himself. But they hand him his police report, and they, he's looking at stuff from like juvie and everything like that. So Pope is reading Baz's police report, and we see Baz's mugshot, and then we see his autopsy of his body. And Craig was like, yo, put that down. Like, don't want to read about it. Put it down. Okay? Leave it alone. And so they're still questioning, why is this Chad dude, want to work for us? He wants to get paid. And it was, because Smurf had all these connections, and it's like, he wants to be on payroll. Let's put him on payroll. They wanted to go to Pope because Pope, he's the oldest. So it's like, hey, Pope, how do you feel about it? Pope didn't care. Pope was like, do it. Pay him. Whatever. And so they're going to meet up with Chadwick to go over how much they're going to pay him. So we see Craig at home. And he's sitting at home, and he has, the money in front of him. Ren comes home, and she puts Nick in a crib, and she goes and she sees Craig. Craig was like, so were you really taking him to the doctors to get his vaccination, or did you go with him to, sell drugs? And she said, yeah, I've been selling drugs. Craig is trying to turn a drug dealer into a housewife. You cannot turn a drug dealer into a housewife. Okay? He keeps telling her, you can get a 9-to-5 job. She throws it back at him. Well, why can't you get a 9-to-5 job? He says, I'm working so you don't have to. And here's my thing. Craig, you know how Ren is. You and her known each other for years. You know how she operates. You know who she is. You know you cannot change her. That is who she is, and you cannot change her. He keeps trying to turn her into a housewife, and it's not going to work. And he says, no wonder you're a crap mom. She slapped the crap out of him. And then she says, well, do you think Smurf did any better? And she walks out, okay? So she leaves. Jay and Darren meet up with Officer Chadwick, and they tell him, "Look, we're gonna pay you $1,000." He was like, "I'm worth way more than that." They're like, "Well, you know what? Your buddy, he's getting paid double that, so it's up to you." Officer Chadwick was like, "Well, look here. You might want to think about paying me $1,000 because what if you need someone to give you a heads up on Living Good? Okay, find out somebody's sending him money in Indonesia. Okay, he may be using that to, talk to a judge. We might not know. Do you want to be caught off guard with a warrant? So I think you might want to rethink that offer." I thought he was going to say, 250, 200, 2500. That's what I thought he was going to say. But Jay and Darren was like 1500, and he accepted the 1500. They going to give him the 500 later. So Jay asked Darren, "So are you sending money to Adrian in Indonesia?" He was like, "No." I said, "Well, Darren, who's sending him money then?" We find out later on the episode. So, y'all, I'm sorry about that noise. That's my fan. I need to clean the fan out. So, we see Jay meet up with Pam's granddaughter, who is, the lawyer. And he tells her that, do you know any criminal, federal type of lawyers or everything like that, just in case something happens. And she said, "Yeah, I'll make some calls here and there." And she was like, "Well, it's kind of weird because you're asking me about, dividing up the assets and everything like that." He was like, "Well, we worked it out. We talked out. Everything's good." And so she asked him, she asked him a question. She was like, "What question? Do you ever smile?" And he gave the cutest smile. He gave the most adorable smile. It made me laugh. Because I'm like, these boys never smile. They never smile at all. But I'm sensing some little chemistry between Jay and Pamela's granddaughter. I'm sensing it. Girl, he gonna pay you with something else. It ain't gonna be money, but he gonna pay you with something else, girl. Okay. Jay really don't got no type. He really don't. But then we see Darren. Darren is standing outside in front of a hospital, and he sees Adrian's sister, either his sister or his mom. She's a nurse, and she asked him, "Have you been sending Adrian money?" They sit in the car. She's like, "Yeah, I've been sending him money. I sent him money through a liquor store." And I said, "A liquor store? A liquor store? Girl, what? A liquor store? You sending money through a liquor store? Girl, what?" She said, "Yeah, I'm sending him through a liquor store, and then the liquor store dude, sends money to someone else. They don't know my name. He doesn't know anybody. They don't know that he's getting back to me." Well, Adrian's like, "Well, you know what? Detective Living Good, they're finding out that someone is giving him money. So you know what that'll get you? He's going to take you to jail, okay? All right? You're going to get sent to jail because of that, all right?" And then she was like, "Didn't you send him money in Indonesia? What do you expect him to do? Live in Indonesia, learn Indonesia, teach, surfing to tourists? Like, what do you think he was supposed to do?" Darren was like, "Look here, I gave him money to start off with, okay?" She then proceeds to say that Adrian loved you. I said, "Don't bring that. Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say it." I really did not like Adrian and Darren together. I really did not. I did not, because they just didn't seem compatible to me. They were on different wavelengths. Adrian couldn't handle Darren's lifestyle and what he does and how Darren operates, and it's like, ugh, I just couldn't stand Adrian. He just seemed like the nagging type. And I said, no. Oh, no, okay, no. Darren needs to move on with the bartender. Darren needs to move on. He needs to move on, find him somebody else. and be happy. Where's Lincoln? Where's Link? Where's that dude that he was with in season 3, that he was messing around with in season 3? Bring him back. Or mess with the bartender. Come on. Yeah, find you somebody. Find you somebody. So he tells her, stop sending him money. Because it's not Darren's fault. It's not. We can see now it's not Darren who's sending him money. So he tells her that, you need to stop. So we get this scene with, what else happened? So we get the scene with Pope. Pope is just decorating the wing of the house. Pope is in, fixer-upper mode. He is demo in the bathroom. Okay, Darren checks up on him. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I am demoing Smurf's bathroom. Getting rid of it. Starting over. Demo. Alright, this is fixer-upper. Okay. And so Darren apologizes to Jay, saying, look, I'm sorry for getting you into this mess with Living Good and with everything going on. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. And he tells him, hey, I'm going to be at the bar. You can come to the bar if you want. But Pope, being Pope, he's like, nah, I'm not going to go. So they're at the bar. Craig is at the bar. Craig is like a few drinks in. Craig is already lit. He tells Darren that Ren and him got into a fight. She took Nick, and so we'll see what happens with that relationship and what's going on, but she's not at the house. So these guys from Son of a Beach, they come in. Okay? They come in the bar. And they're, shocked, like, oh, you took our guys, you took everything, you took Carlos and everybody. Like, you can't handle competition. One of the dudes from the bar was like, yeah, that's why he never went pro, because he couldn't handle competition. And I'm like, shut up. Craig was like, what, you can't handle, helping out the community and everything like that? And so someone said something, and all of a sudden they just start fighting. All right, they fighting each other. It's 3-on-2, but look here, the Cody boys, they held their own with the help of the bartender. I said, you go. Is his name Tony or Romeo? I feel like his name is Romeo, but then it's probably Tony. I'm gonna call him Romeo. Romeo hit one of the dudes that Craig was fighting, hit him in the head with the glass. I said, you better protect your man in his bar. You better do that, Tony. Okay, protect your man, protect his bar. You do that, Tony. So he hit one of the dudes with the bottle. Craig fighting one of the dudes, and then Darren fighting the other dude. Then he fight the owner of the bar. They fighting one of the people at the bar, tossed Darren half of it like a broken board and hit old dude ahead, knocking him out. And he said, saying something about competition. And so after they clean up the bar and everything like that, Jay comes in, and Jay tells Darren and Craig that he found a federal attorney. So they cheer to that. Then we see Pope. Earlier on in the episode, when they were at the skate hill for the event, Craig said, yeah, Pope used to skateboard. He used to, ride the half pipe back and forth. He just kept going back and forth. He wouldn't let nobody, knowing Pope, okay, he wouldn't let nobody go on the half pipe. So Pope was just going back and forth on the half pipe until someone called the police. And so where do we see Pope? We see Pope at a skate park. He's in the pool. I don't know skate terms. I'm not a skateboarder by any means. But he is in the pool, I guess that's what it's called. Skating pool. And he's just going back and forth. He's going back and forth in the pool, skating. What I feel like this episode is that what I'm getting from this whole season is that we are getting introduced to Janine's old colleagues. but then also we are reliving childhood. That is what I am getting at with this season. You guys, that was the episode of Animal Kingdom. It was a good episode, really good episode. I feel like it's kind of picking up. I feel like next week it's gonna pick up, but good episode, good episode. So I will see you guys. I'll see you guys when I see you. Okay, peace. I love you guys. Bye.